All right, it's Pam Rosick, and this will be one of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, like 4 kit reviews tonight. I've got a few I've got to catch up on that I received. The first one is Spider-Man from Xionart. I already took it out of the cardboard box, but just because I'm out of room. And he uses just plain styrofoam to ship in, which is fine. Personally, I don't care what the stuff is shipped in, as long as it arrives in one piece. So the black foam inserts are nice, especially if you're getting a painted piece. I get that. But personally, as long as it shows up in one piece and it's in good condition, that's all I really care about. Like the Hungry Hulk's kit, Turner Batman was in styrofoam and it showed up in perfect condition. So take a look here. The only thing about styrofoam is it's a little messy, kind of gets everywhere. Alright, so I'm not sure if I got the top of it. I may have opened the bottom of this. First thing is there's the lamp pole. Put that on the side. And the base. You got number 30 of this. Let's put that to the side. Real heavy. And then flip it over and get Spidey out. So it's interesting how they kind of did this. You get to open two sides to get to them. And this comes with the optional Spider-Man with a camera. This game is cool, which speaks to me since I'm a photographer by profession and by trade. So that's one thing I like about Spider-Man, that he's a photographer. Here's our authenticity card, and this says number 30, designed by Xionart. I like these; they're pretty cool. Here's get all the little pieces out. Here's the actual camera. Here is the webbing that goes up on the lamp pole. Here is what he hangs from. Everyone's really concerned about him hanging and how it works. Here is his camera hand. Here is his web shooting hand. Really heavy, nice stuff. And then, of course, Spider-Man will be in here. Like I said, the only thing about styrofoam is that it's messy as you unpack it. You know, it gets stuff everywhere. Sorry. Get through this real quick, 1 second. I'm trying not to have too much downtime in my video. A lot of time I get comments like, great video, but I have to look at a box for 2 minutes as you talk, so I'm trying to avoid that. That just means I don't have to make a smart-ass remark back to him. Here he comes. I don't want to pull too much, so I don't want to break his arm. Nice fit. Show up in perfect condition. I'm going to put that to the side. And we'll get this out of the way. Now, again, my work area is in full-blown production mode, so there's stuff everywhere. So this is the first of 2 kit reviews from Xionart. The next one will be the Daredevil. Man, that base is heavy. Here it is. It's bigger than I thought. Good size. I'm going to pause and come down on the camera. Okay. There we go. Alrighty. So again, at this action cam, so it's a little wider. Cool base. Here's the lamp pole. Seems real solid. And it's a lot bigger than I anticipated. I remember when he was first showing the production photos, everyone was worried about the height of the lamp pole. That may not be exactly scale to him, but man, if you make this thing any taller, I don't know where you'd put it. It's in a nice bag. Of course, that locks right in here. I may have to back up now. And it pegs in. There's a square peg in there for it. And I'm not sure there's batteries in here, but this is a battery-operated light up here. I'd be surprised if there's batteries in it. Oh, there's batteries. Not sure if you saw that came on. That's pretty cool. And there's a little tab in here. Let's do this before we get Spider-Man out. So right here, there's a switch. And there's a little tab here where you can put your finger under or a little tool to get it out. Yeah, it pops right out very easily. And it just takes a little button battery. I may figure out a way. That'd be a lot of drilling. And there's a nice strong magnet. So this tabs into the front. And there's a nice magnet that holds the lens down. So I said maybe there's a way to wire this, but then you'd be interfering with all this inner structure, which is what holds them up, and I wouldn't want to mess with that. There's a solid rod going through this lamp post, so I get why there's a battery in there, and why it's not wired, a hard wire. So there's that. And then obviously we got to get, here's his web sling in hand. So the webs are raised, which will make painting a little challenging. Have to go in there and hand paint all those. That'll take a while. Casting looks pretty good. Really won't know till I throw a coat of primer on it, but it looks pretty good. I think it looks like it's got some white primer on it already. But I never, even these, like there's some bubbles in his hand here that I got to take care of. So it's not ready for paint by any means. I got some bubbles I got to take care of. Unfortunately, when they went to go clean this seam down, the spider webs are missing right here. So I'm going to go in and resculpt those because they took the spider webs out from cleaning the piece. Anything on this one? No. But yeah, so I have to resculpt the webs on that arm. Sometimes these factories, they're too aggressive when they clean. Here's the camera. A cool representation of a camera. So we get some light on it. Yeah, I mean, you can tell it's a camera. Put that on the side. And then here's a little web that actually covers up the hook that it hangs from. So that's just basically a detail. Not only is it decorative, but it's functional. It hides how he hangs from the top. And here is the web is actually a wire. A lot of people are worried about how's that going to hold his weight? Well, it's wire. This wire has been wrapped to look like webbing. So pretty clever on that part. And then Spider-Man. Oh, that's pretty cool how they did that. Okay. So he's probably hollow casted with foam. He's not solid because I can tell by the weight. But that's just a move so to keep, because he's hanging. They don't want too much weight up there, but he looks cool. Let's check out the cleanup that they did. Yeah, not too bad on cleanup. There's a few little rough spots out here I'll have to smooth out. I'm real picky about prep work, guys. People say, oh, it's ready to paint. It's like, I'll look at it like, no, not quite. Some people may look at this and say it's ready for paint. I see some areas that need some sanding. There's a seam line right here that needs to be taken care of. That's actually this arm was actually molded separately, and they attached it to the body. As a kit builder, I wish they would leave that separate. And then there's some webbing here that'll have to be recreated because again, it was kind of cleaned up too much from the guys who cleaned up the casting. But I personally would rather have them leave these separate as a kit builder and me deal with this seam because they've joined it and they were too aggressive with the sanding. There's a flat spot and some of the webbing is missing, so I'll have to go in and resculpt that. So yeah, it's a kit. Leave it in a kit form, and so he just goes up here. I mean, that's cool. That's pretty cool. So despite my few little gripes, it's a cool piece. It's a kit. I'm not complaining, about the cleanup and stuff because that's, I forgot to do. I forgot to put the little decorative piece up here, which hides this hook. There's two magnets. So this goes in. Let's see, how's that go? Just want to fit in there. I don't want to break it. So this is going to go here, but this has to come up through there. So I may have to like unbend this hook and then put it through the hole, because if I try to force it through the hole, it's not going to fit. So let me see real quick if I can do that. Yeah, so I'm just going to unbend it a little bit. I'm going to slide it through, and then I'm going to rebend it. I don't want to do it too many times because I don't want to soften that wire up. So now I'll hook in. Maybe. Come on. There we go. And then the magnets. So it's not hanging straight down. So let me try it from the other direction. There we go. All right, my wire is going to need a little work to get it to hang straight. There we go. I think once I get it on there, it'll hang straight. Just by the weight. Yeah, it's cool though. So this is actually isn't resin webbing. It's wire, and it's just twisted to look like webbing. It's convincing. It's a good job. Okay, so that goes there, like that, and then you can have either this hand, which fits in very nicely. Get him up on the turntable. I always forget to do that before I start doing these things. And I risk the risk of messing something up. Okay. So he's cool. Let's back this light off so I can see a little bit better. It's too bright. Yeah, it's a cool piece. Really nice. Let's see the size. I had a tape measure right here. It's buried now underneath all my stuff. There it is. All right, so from bottom of the base to the top of the pole, you need, to the top of the light, you need 30 inches. So it's a tall piece. You need 30 inches of height. Depth-wise, you don't need a whole lot. You need depth-wise from the back of the curve to the front of his hand. You need about 15 inches. And now, if you put the other hand in, which is the camera hand, so this comes out if you want. There's a magnet in here for the camera, and it fits in very nicely. And everything lines up perfectly. The seam right here where it magnetizes in, it's actually really nice. It's not too bad. It's not obviously that's a separate piece. Yeah, cool piece. Let's come a little closer. And it's kind of hard to see with this action cam. It's really wide, but in the box, it's a pretty small box. Now I got the Daredevil box is huge, and that's because of the base, and I'll show that to you next. But yeah, this is a neat piece by Xionart. I'm not sure if there's any left, but a lot of people are asking me, like, where do you get these cool kits? I see you working all these cool kits for people, and to be honest, a lot of these are, most of these are unlicensed, so a lot of these groups are secret, and you have to be asked to join the group, or producers are approaching me now to join their group because they want me to paint prototypes for them. So I've been added to a few groups that I'm not allowed to talk about or say where I've gotten things from. This is one of the few groups where basically, he's not too secretive about it. So Xionart, I'll put a link down below. And this is the 1/6 scale Spider-Man hanging from a light pole. It's cool. Let's turn the light on. We turn these off. That's kind of a cool effect, like it's at nighttime. Neat piece. My only critique is the aggressive cleaning up on the web shooting arm. It's a little aggressive on this arm. Or no, where was it? Where was it? It was on the camera arm. So there's the webbing is missing right there. I can see it barely, but it's been sanded down quite a bit. So I'm going to have to figure out how to build that up. Same thing on the elbow here. It's been kind of obliterated from the cleanup from the factory, but not too bad. A few little areas that need a little sanding, but again, it's a kit, so nothing unexpected. But and again, as a kit builder, I prefer if they just leave everything separate. That way I can deal with the seams and stuff myself. But yeah, pretty cool piece. I like it. So that's Spider-Man from Xionart, 1/6 scale. And stay tuned for the next one. Thanks. It's Matt Mrozek. Catch you guys next time.